Alright, this is going to be my technical walkthrough of my implementation. I implemented the jetpack and the fuel, a UI, and well, basically the jetpack as an item. So we're going to go and show the fuel bar. I made it just like the health bar, like we did in our life or death. So, this is on fuel change. It'll change by 1% and is casting to the player. This is just some logic here for my fuel bar. So on begin play, it's going to start with the max fuel and set it as our current fuel, and then update the UI. And this is basically an event on how to consume fuel. So it's going to use our current fuel and subtract our current fuel. And if it's less than or equal to 0, it'll update the fuel UI. And if it's not 0 and completely completed, it's going to continue to do so. So we're going to move on to our blueprint for our jetpack. So this is what I have for our jetpack. I added the interact E button, B button press to interact with the item. So you can grab it. I don't think I have anything. I had an interact thing, but I used something else to, and I think I added that to a certain thing. But other than that, it's basically on overlap. It's going to cast to the player if you use the interact key, and then it's going to destroy the ring, the text rendered that says begin interact and Niagara effect to show where it is located. And then we're just going to go to the BP bot. I use basically everything that was already in here. I set up the interact function here to say that it is holding, and then it'll overlap with the actor. I used a tag for the jetpack as an equipable, so it would actually know that it is an equipped item, and then it'll set it to the player's mesh, and then it'll snap to the target in a socket that was already there, which I just removed it from that socket, and this is just basically putting it back in that same area. Update jetpack, I just basically changed the current fuel. I think it was thruster time and some other stuff, max thruster time and current thruster or time or something of that nature. I'm not quite sure what it was before, but I changed it to current fuel and max fuel, so we can get the bar working instead of it being set on a timer and being constantly reset once you hit the ground. It's going to call the function here, the consume fuel function, for the bot, and then when it's toggled, when the current fuel is less than or equal to 0, it's going to turn off the jetpack. And then this is the same thing I did for the toggle part, change the current fuel, and that was basically current fuel and max fuel, and that was basically it for that. Let's see where else. Let me go to the BP. I was in BP. Excuse me. The event graph down here also had a consume fuel for the BP bot as well, so it knows when the fuel and the current fuel, it's gonna deactivate here, and it's gonna continue to activate here. So that's basically the same, and that's basically it for the technical walkthrough. Yeah, that's basically it. So it looks good, it works. So that is it, and that's just the these are the items in world. That's my fuel in world. As you see, they have the blueprint here, my UI, my fuel bar, and my jetpack blueprint. So that's my fuel blueprint, and this is it in world, my jetpack. Cool. So that's it. On to the gameplay walkthrough.